Hello, everybody. Hope you're having a good day today so far. My name is Michael. Welcome back into the channel. Today we're going to be getting back into the project. Look at those 5 bands over there. 5 bands. Let's go. You guys came through with the 5K subs. Appreciate that yesterday. Thanks so much, everybody. Okay. Here we go. Welcome in, everyone. Hope everybody's having a good day today so far. Let's go ahead and get our project running. Let's fire up our database here. Okay. All right. Here we are. Here we are as in olden days. All right. We need to fill this out, this template. And that should be fairly straightforward. We need to fire up our backend though. Okay. Nice. There we go. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into this. I quickly want to blank out this kind of template I have go here. Hey, AJ. What's going on? So let's go here. Give me 1 second. Okay, so this is gonna be it's gonna be temp. We'll just say temp. We'll just fill stuff in here. This is gonna be lorem. This is gonna be let's just put some stuff here. Temp. It's like random stats. Temp. And we'll come in and fill these in. So I think I want to move these around a little bit. In better news, my app was approved for test flight so people can test it. Nice, AJ. What was your app again? Was it your game you were building? Was it you that was building the game? Was asking for suggestions on names? Okay. And this is just a span text. On top of this div that has a width and a height inside of here. It's like a button. Okay. Nice. That looks good. I like this text here. So I might go to our sign-in page and kind of copy this one over. So, um, and then we'll need to go back through and do like a refactoring sesh. Right. Okay, cool. Let's work on besides this, we're going to implement forgot password today. Um, so I have already kind of like my prompts generated for kind of our learning today. So let's go ahead and just dive on in. Um, come on. Here we go. Okay. Here we go. All right. Before you write anything, let me explain the full flow so you understand what we're building here. How password resets work. The user clicks a forgot password, enters their email. Your server generates a secure random token, stores that token in the database with an expiry time, sends an email with a link containing the token. User clicks the link. Front end sends the token plus new password to your API. Server verifies token is valid and not expired. Updates the password hash. Deletes the token so it can't be reused. Wow, it's a lot of steps here. Okay. So they enter their email, obviously, on a password reset page. We have to verify that that email exists through some sort of, intake function. Once we verify that email exists, then we'll create some sort of token with an expiry time so that they can reset the email and send an email containing the token. So like the code, okay. The user clicks the link. The front end sends the token plus new password to our API. Sends an email with a link containing the token. The user clicks the link, front end sends the token. Okay. Here's what we need to build. Database, a password reset tokens table. Okay. So let's focus on that. Actually, before we get too ahead of ourselves, let's read a little bit more. With these fields, ID, user ID, token expires at used. Okay, let's try this out. Let's go ahead and push up what we have so far real quick. Our chunks are still going in the background, good. Real quick, let's wait for this to load. There we go. Or homepage styles templated git. Okay, here we go. What you need to build, database, a password reset tokens table with these fields. Okay. Now let's ask, before we get too into the weeds with doing this from scratch, should we consider already existing standards that would make this easier? in the long run? Yes, good instinct is pause and think about this. The honor answer is for auth in general, there are two paths. Roll your own, what we've been doing. You build every piece yourself. You understand exactly how it works. You wrote the JWT, bcrypt, cookie logic yourself. Good for learning, good for control, but you're responsible for security detail. Path 2 is using auth provider services like Supabase, Auth, OAuth, Auth0, or Clerk handle registration, login, password reset, email verification. OAuth, Google / GitHub login session management, all out of the box. You can just call their API. My honest recommendation from where you are. We've already built login registration from scratch and you learned how auth works. That was worth doing. But password reset, email verification, eventually OAuth is where. But password reset plus email verification plus eventually OAuth is where rolling your own starts to cost more time than it's worth for a small product trying to launch. Supabase is the most natural fit for your stack. You're already using Postgres. Supabase IS Postgres is Postgres with auth on top. Free tiers generally usable. They handle password reset, email verification, OAuth automatically. You keep full control of your data. Their Python client is straightforward. The trade-off is migrating your existing user table and auth flow over to Supabase. Yeah. You're so close with what you ready enough to launch right now with that. A full migration to Supabase won't be worth the disruption. Add password reset with resend and maybe 2-3 hours worth of work and you already understand the auth layer. Okay. Okay, cool. So let's go back up here and let's get into this. So I want to go to my database schema, and we're going to add in a thing here. So this is going to be password reset tokens. This is fields, right? And then we need we need fields here. So ID, we need a few more here. User ID, token, expires at, and used. Okay, now what types are these going to be? So ID, so this is probably just, would it be just a generate random UUID here using some sort of, I'm gonna, yeah, user ID. So this would be the user ID. Okay, yeah, got you. The ID of the user here. So this would be, how does it go? So there's primary key and secondary key, or is the primary key the user ID in this case? And token expires at. So these are probably just gonna be function call. Okay, well I need some more information here. I don't really know what I'm doing that much. Let's keep going. 2 new API endpoints, right? These create okay, these are kind of giving us an overview here. Let's just break this down and start with the tokens table and move forward. From there, again, I'm going to code and you help when I need. Okay, add password reset fields, password reset token fields to your schema, and based on that flow, describe what columns you need and what types should they be. So we already talked through. So expires at, it's going to be a timestamp, TZ. It'll be automatically generated. It can't be null, right? So not null. Default, is there some sort of default function we need to apply here? I'm not sure. Token, in this case, what do you think this would be? Obviously, it's going to be some sort of random generated thing. And so we just need to, it doesn't matter what it is, but for the purpose of this, it is just text. And it's not null. User ID in this case is going to be text, not null. An ID, does this just generate randomly? Maybe it's the same as what we had before. Right, and then used is a Boolean, which is not null and will default to false, right? Okay. This is what I got. Good structure, 2 fixes. Oh. UUOs. UUOs. UUID is the primary key here. Expires at default. You can't just set a default. You can't just set a default of now plus 1 hour directly in the schema definition. You can with now for now. You can directly in definition the way you can with now for created at. Just remove the default entirely. Your application code will calculate and pass the expiry time when inserting the token. Okay, that makes sense. Okay. Do something like there's a time delta increase on top of our date time creation. One missing column is created at. Okay, which is worth having. So created at, this would also be a time stamp, TZ, not null. Because when you make a field, it'll be created, right? Make an entry, it'll be created. And then default to the now function. Like that. Yeah. Your IDs are UUIDs, so it should be UUID, not null. Okay, so it's a specific type of text then of UUID here. Okay. Also worth adding a foreign key reference. Okay, this is what I was wondering. So the user ID, which will reference the user's ID, right, is not null, references the table user's ID on delete cascade. So delete all of the values. Okay. So user ID not null references user's ID on delete cascade. That. Okay. Cool. I think we're good here. Couples and chats. Yeah, it's VS Code. Hey, Banty, welcome in. Oh, just a typo here. Okay. Okay, so now let's go into our polybase. Let's create a tables function called def setup reset tokens table on self, and then let's call self.create table for reset token, or we'll say password reset. Is it just reset tokens? What kind of password reset tokens? And then we're going to pass in password reset tokens field here. That'll get imported automatically. Nice. And then in our setup function, we'll call that function. And boom. So that'll run on the next pass. Done. Let's roll. Cool. Now add two methods to polybase. Insert reset token, which inserts a new token row, and get reset token, get a token, which fetches a token row by the token string so you can validate it. Think about what each query needs to do and write them yourself. Same pattern as your other insert and query methods, and have a go. Okay. So number one, insert. So in our polybase, I guess let's just write a note here that says reset tokens. We'll say password reset token functions. Okay, so we need a def insert reset token given a user ID, which will be of a str, a token, and expires at. This will be daytime. Okay. And then we need a self here, obviously. Okay, so we're trying to insert into this database. So if not user ID or token or expires at, we're going to raise a value error saying that polybase got an error. Invalid missing argument. Argument cannot be none, maybe. Okay, sorry. We need nots here. Okay. Maybe we should say is none. Expires at is none. Raise value error arguments cannot be none. And now we need to insert into this. So we have a query which is equal to a string. And we need to say insert into the password reset tokens table as password PRT. We're going to insert into tokens the user ID, the token, and the expires at columns. And then we're going to insert values of some here, right? Now conflict. So on conflict, this user ID already has a token. We need to delete this token and insert this token over the top of it, I bet you. So on conflict of user ID, we're going to delete from here. One more there. On conflict of user ID, delete all of those. And then try again. I don't think that's probably the best way to do that. Maybe we delete all at first and then insert, or so insert reset token expires at, so we're going to need to, we need to have a create reset token though. Because our reset token says an ID which gets created automatically. User ID gets passed in automatically when they do it. Token gets generated. And our pedantic, unauthorized in our route. And then in security probably. And then this expires at. Okay, so this is just doing an insert. We're not creating anything here. We need to make sure narrow our scope here. So the validation of the data comes later, in a different part. So what we're gonna do is, I don't think this query is correct. We're gonna need some help on it, but we're going to say reset token data is equal to self dot. Why am I querying an insert here rather than executing? Because I needed a return. Because query will query that. and return back when it found. But execute just does nothing and closes the cursor altogether here. As our query executes on a cursor, we do close the cursor on it finally. Okay. So we're going to I guess execute the following function for the query with values equal to user ID token expires at. Cursor. I forgot what I was doing with this. Why would I want to use a dict cursor? Query automatically using a dict cursor. Set to true here. Returns back the resolution, which is a dictionary of the object. Or a list of all the dictionaries. Okay, let's take our thing so far. Say, having a little trouble after getting this far. Good start on the structure. The SQL is where it's going wrong. Let me break it down what's going on. Values should be values. Okay. Yeah, that's right. Values. On conflict user ID delete. This is invalid SQL syntax. What you're trying to do is delete old tokens for the same user before inserting a new one. The cleanest way to handle this is two separate operations. Delete first and then insert. Okay, so I was right about rethinking myself then. So we'll have query, delete query is equal to maybe I'll write like polybase self dot delete, and we're going to delete. We need to write this function. Maybe we should write an insert too. Delete no, let's just write a separate function. Self dot yeah. Being dumb. So delete all from password reset tokens where user ID equals to his, right? Then we call self.execute the delete query, and then we will have values equal to a list of just the user ID here. And then we have another query, the insert query, where we insert into the, I guess we don't need as here, values on conflict user ID, so that shouldn't happen. Shouldn't get any conflict. And then we're going to, do we want to pass it back to us at all? Probably not, so just an execute, insert the reset token for the IQ with those values. Okay, let's give that a go. Hey, Subedi, how's it going? Just joined. What's the project about? How's it going? It's a poly market kind of project, prediction market project. Build in. I'll show you guys here. Come on. The desktop app is a little laggy. Polyworld. Ooh, nice. Delete all from. Delete doesn't use star. It just says delete password reset token. Okay. Oh, just delete from. Okay, now we need to write a getter. So def get reset token takes in self given so the get reset token, whoa, didn't it give us parameters up here? It just takes in the token. Now is the token an object? I think so. No. I think the token is a stir. Get reset token given a certain token. Is the token param in get reset token a str or the actual pydantic token model we will make? Just a stir at the database layer. Polybase should never know about pydantic models. It only deals with raw Python types. The pydantic model lives in your router endpoint layer and validates incoming requests. By the time they reach poly data, well, it's already been validated. Okay, perfect. So what we're going to do is we're going to say if token is none, we're going to raise obviously an error here. Or even going to be none, something like that. So then what we're going to do is we have the query, which is equal to select. So the query for a reset token in our schema, what do we want to send back to the front end? So I don't think the token ID matters. I just think we want the would we send all the token params? Okay. From password reset tokens where user ID is where and then we have self dot query. The query and we have values is going to be token. And then we have fetch 1 equals to true here. And so then what we're going to do is capture this and return it. So we'll say token, or say we'll say t is equal to that. Say if t index of 0 is none, if not, t return, we'll just say this, return t index 0 if t else none. I think that'll work. Oh, return 1. Oh, I forgot that return 1, fetch 1 returns. If fetch 1, you just fetch 1 here. If fetch all gives a list. So a list or none. No, I guess that return type is kind of misleading then for that type hint. Just return t directly. Cool. Everything else looks correct. Now write mark token used, a method that sets the used equal to true for a token after a successful password reset. What does the query look like? So def mark, say update, mark token used. Say update token, mark used. Self takes in the token, which is a stir. Cool. And so then we have a similar concept here. So let's kind of copy this, bring this down. So if token is none, so select all from password reset where token. So this is going to just mark the token is used. We want to first check if it's there. Or maybe it wouldn't even do it. So let's say update the field we want, right? Used update used from, or is it where and then we will execute that statement there. Not sure about this one. The SQL syntax is wrong. Update doesn't use from in parentheses like that. The correct Postgres update syntax. Update table, set column equal value where condition. Okay, so you do the table first. So update, password, reset, tokens, set whatever column you want. Set used equal to true where token is equal to %d here. And this is a string for a str. Okay, how about that? Now, great. Now add setup reset tokens table to polybase and wire into setup. Already did that, right? Reset tokens fields. Update token. Get reset token. Insert reset token. Password reset token functions. Okay. Already did it. All right. Nice. Now let's move to the routers layer. Let's do git add. Add polybase or add crud, great read, update, delete for reset tokens table. Okay, implementing a little CRUD here, no biggie. Look at us go. Okay, so now let's open up our routers API, routers, and then our authentication. In routers.auth.py, you need two endpoints, a post endpoint for forgot password and a post endpoint for reset password. Okay. So we have at router dot post for quote forgot password, right? And this would be async. No, this is just a. Yeah, I think so. Async def forgot password, and this is going to take in a request to get access to the database, right? Which is a request. And then it takes in a response. Does it? That sets a cookie. I don't think we're doing anything with setting a cookie on this. So it takes in a request, and it takes in data, which would be some sort of field, which would be a user um, forgot password would just take in an email, so just a user base, right? Which would validate our email here. So taking a user base, we then take, okay, so now what we need to do is we need to strip out the email. Email equals to data dot strip data. This is going to be a pydantic model, so it's dot email dot strip. Right, because this will be valid against pydantic model, and an error will be raised if this doesn't get cleared. So we don't need to check if this email is valid already, because it happens there. So, well, so we just need to verify that this email exists in the database. So we need to go to db equals to request dot state dot db. We need to do db dot get we don't want to log in or register. We just need to verify that this exists. And we do that here in our login. Get user for auth. We want to get user for auth, and this will give us the user data if it exists. Do we do a try though? No, it's just none. If not, let's see. Polybase, we have Well, if we forgot password, accepts an email, generates a token, stores it, and sends an email. Oh, okay. But only if that email exists. So if not user data, we're going to raise a value error saying or not a value error, but an HTTP exception dot status, right, with a status code equals status dot 40 HTTP 401 unauthorized with detail equals to invalid invalid credentials. Right, that'll take care of that. So if we get past user data, then we know that we can save this key, this password in for this user. We have a user for this. So now what we'll do is we need to generate a token. So we'll call db dot so we'll say token is equal to and this is going to create I guess we're gonna have a thing here for class reset token, which takes in base model. And the reset token takes in base model. And so these fields are going to be what we had in our schema, basically, of ID. We don't care. Forgot password request. Okay. Forgot password request. So this takes in, it just takes in an email, right, which is a email string. It takes in a I think that's it. And then I guess we have another class, which is reset password request, which would take in a forgot password request. So forgot password request what fields does forgot password need, and what fields does forgot password request need? Reset password request need. So the forgot password request would need an email. Okay, I forgot my password. I need to give you my email. And I need to give you sure. Just an email, but password request reset password request shouldn't inherit a request. Request doesn't need an email. A token already identifies the user. It needs a token from the link in the new password. So they need a token from the URL link. And a password. Oh yeah, we're gonna new password. We're gonna validate the new password from the client, hash it, add it to our database. That's right. Hey Choppy, even your code looks more clean. Thanks for the compliment. I'm honestly like really don't have a lot of like perception as to what I should be doing, what pace I should be at. You know, I have no peers, you know, physically doing this, so it's hard, kind of hard. Um, like in turn, so like I'm just like it would be nice if I had like um, it'd be nice if I had like uh, no, what are they called? Peers, like other students that I was with. That was like helping me out. Hold on, let me. I got these Cheetos are really loud. Hold on. Your code is literally job ready? What? No way. I don't believe that. That's crazy. I feel like it's not. I don't know. I don't even know. So the new password, this is going to be a stir. It might be just a user register and takes in a token. Right? Because it inherits a password here. Could we inherit the could this just inherit the user reg as it's basically like the user registering password, or is it bad to share? Clever thinking, but it's the wrong abstraction. User register has email field, which password reset request doesn't need. Oh, that's right. Inherits even further up, which takes from user base. Yeah, it's the wrong abstraction. So we just need to add in the password field, which would be a field and have a min length of what. If they're giving a new password, we probably want it to be a minimum of like the typical that we had before, which was 8 and 64. We should probably make these not static and make them variables that we pass in, so that they can share across both all of our fields rather than having to put it in like this. And this is stir, right, equal to a field, defaulted. So then the token, maybe we would want to maybe add validation to the token depending on how, resend validates the stuff. So I'm not, yeah, maybe. Okay. Okay, cool. What would be next? Do I need? Okay, then let's also, while we're here, let's just get it over with. And do pip install resend. Okay. And then we'll have to go back and do that API stuff. Anyone in chat? Hey, chat, welcome back, dude. You gonna play some Pokemon Eclipses? You want me to play some more Pokemon again? I need to go back and play. I've been playing a lot of Stardew Valley, but I'm down to go play some Pokemon again and keep grinding. We got a shiny Squirtle. We need to get up to shiny Blastoise. So yeah, I'm trying to. We also got I got a couple of Raspberry Pis in my car. I got to take out. They've been sitting in my glove box. I've got to take out a couple of Raspberry Pis. We got to hook them up, flash them to like a Switch controller software, and then try to write a Python script using to auto hunt the shiny Ditto for us and stuff. So, and like shiny Snorlax and things like that. So I want to do that. We've got a lot of projects going on. And this one has a lot of potential, so I wanted to kind of see this one through. Um, okay, cool. Let's roll. Roll on. Roll on. Yeah, we got a shiny Squirtle on our 54th reset, or 52nd reset or something. We got it live on the channel. We got it live, dude. You go check it out. Manually. Now write the forgot password endpoint. Mm. Okay, yeah. So get the user email from the database if no user found, return a successful response. Don't reveal the email exists. Huh. You would give a positive, you wouldn't say, oh, it's invalid. Hmm. Oh, because I think it would be like, oh, if your email exists, you know. If not, we're going to return. Actually, so we'll return then. If not user data, we'll return successfully. Um, HTTP or okay, I don't think you want to do anything actually. Okay, so if user data, so if there is user data, then we'll create a token, right? So that's where we'll create a token. So we got fast. I think we can. Is there secrets? No. I thought there was a. Is there a fast API from fast API dot secret security? No. Secrets dot token URL safe 32. Where's that from? I didn't write that. And what module is that coming from? Pydantic? Oh, probably. Is it? Oh, there's a secrets module. Oh, okay, I didn't know that. Okay, we'll do that. I'll have to look into what that is. So if there is user data, then we're going to generate a secure random token. So token equals to secrets, which is the token URL safe 32. We're going to calculate an expiry, which is equal to a date time dot. Try not to look over there. So the date time, if we want to do a date time, we need to do a time no, frick. It's a now. So you do now. I want to do it. Make a time now. A date time now. For what specific time zone? I want to do the time zone dot UTC. And then we want to do plus a time delta of what? Just 1 hour. Okay, that's typical. Right, so that'll give us an expiry, a date time object 1 hour from now. And then what we would do is we're going to wrap this stuff into an object to a data, or we'll say payload is equal to this, where, oh no, we don't want to do that. We want to just insert the token into our thing. So db dot insert reset token. And insert reset token will take in, right, if we remember correctly, the user ID token and expires at. User ID right here in user data that's passed through. Let's make sure user data, what is that passing us? Yeah, ID and no, we don't really want to. I don't think we want to necessarily pass a password hash here if we don't need to. It's a risk. So let's just right here def get user for token auth and given self, and you're going to be given an email, right? If email is none, return erase this value error. Polybase error. Oh no. Email. Email cannot be none. Something like that. So now we'll say a query is equal to select ID. Did you use parentheses? No. Select ID email well, we don't need passing it. We're creating a token. It's just giving expires at and an ID. So you just need a user ID then. and we'll do return self dot query for the query, and value is going to be email here. So that'll get user for token authorization. Say for reset token auth. Get for forgot pass auth. Right, get user for forgot pass auth. Given the email here, token we insert using goes ID. Oh, it's not email. It's ID goes first. Sorry. We want to return ID given the person's email. So we'll return the ID back. And so we'll do user ID, and then we have to pass in the token and the expires at. Okay. That'll insert the reset token. And then we send the email with the reset link. I don't know how to do that. That's with the reset, and we have to figure that out. So then no matter what, we return a message of if that email, I guess we'll just take this, we'll rip this. If that email exists, you will receive a reset link. Let's see here. Oh, not there. What am I doing? Really good. The logic flow is correct and the straight pattern is right. Returning the same message regardless of what the email exists. A few things to address. Oh, whoops, sorry. Request.app.state. Think about what you need to return it. You only need the ID. Insert the research. Got you. Got it. The ID. If user forgot how to return the row dick, you need to extract ID from it. Oh, this might return a row dict. Oh yeah, query returns a dict cursor, which returns back a dictionary for ID. So we'll return that a query. Okay, that's fine. And then we have to do pass in user ID if user ID user data if user data ID right. And we'll just take this. Okay. I think that's fine. All right, let's paste that back and we should be good to roll here. Exists. Why can't I type here? I think we're okay. If user ID is none, okay, so you check the actual dictionary. If there's the dictionary has any objects in it, key value pairs. Yeah, that's right. Sorry, my bad. Trolling. And then you forget user path routes missing. Fetch one true. Here. No way, really. Oh, here on the fetch one query. True here. Okay, cool. Let's see here. Let's get caught up in some chats. Bro, this is what I'm talking about with email password. With OAuth, you don't have to do any of this. You don't have to hit the database on every request. Gotta learn how to do it sometime though. Can't abstract everything out. Security nerd here. Make sure the token is not easily proof forceable and implement rate limit in the field request that they enter into. Okay, yeah, we'll have to. Yeah, I have those. I have it. My limiter imported here, for in my auth. I just haven't incorporated them on. I had these on here, but it was for testing. It was annoying to use. Uh, Hey Carlos, how's it going? How can I learn Python? Yeah, I got a lot of great resources on my channel. Highly recommend you check those out. Python Crash Course, CS50P. Watch Corey Schaefer videos on YouTube. Read books, and just code random stuff. Have the mindset that not every not, your I really think it helps with coding. Practicing is to really just hone in the mindset is I'm not going to recreate the wheel. I'm not going to cure cancer with my code. I'm literally just printing probably things, recreating things that already exist, just as a means of practice and getting better. I think people focus too much on I need to be coding something that has value that no one else has done before, but it's like no, like you know reinvent the wheel, but don't reinvent the wheel like in terms of try to make it better or whatever, but to learn, do things that are already there, and but don't watch tutorials maybe, because try to do it in your own way. That's what helps, I think, your being able to do stuff now. I'm not sure. Are you using custom SMPT client for emails? I was just going to use resend here. That's what it was recommending me to. Right. Something like that. Hey, Mason, welcome back. Um, okay. Have you signed up for recently got an API key yet? Not yet. Uh, I will. Very last. Good call. Let's keep moving forward. Stub out the email part for now. Write the reset password endpoint. Here's what it needs to do. Get the token row from the database using get reset token. Okay, so now we need to write a route, a post route called reset password, right? Reset password. This is going to take in request. And then some data, right? Probably the new password, which is going to be a reset password request object, which needs to take in from base model. Okay. So for this function, we need to get the token row from the database using get reset token. So if this function gets called, like this route gets called, then you have already passed through the forgot password portion, right? So it's kind of been cleared through that layer. So the data here, what do we need to be checking out? You only have, in this thing, you're only getting a new password and a token. Okay, so password and token are in there. And so we need to get the token and verify that that token exists in our database. Yeah, just our step 2 there. Perfect. Okay, so we have db is equal to the request. Stupid caps lock keys stuck. Sticky key. Request dot app dot state dot db. We're going to call db dot get reset token, right? Which passes in the token from data. I guess we'll have to take this out. Well, it's already been validated right through the Pydantic model, so we already have it here. We don't need to really do that. We might just want to like strip it. I mean, but it's probably, I don't know how it would get manipulated between now and then. the token just gets called, gets passed into the by the user. So the user is passing in a token and a new password. You build all this a year ago. I knew as a complete beginner. Really proud of you. Thanks, you stop. Yeah, trying to. I'm just trying my best. I'm building a tool for content creators. Hey, how's it going, man? Awesome. What's up, Gerviv? Gerver. Thank you. What's up, new? You here? Welcome. Appreciate everybody being here. We're growing pretty rapidly. We got 5K subs. Appreciate you being here. My name's Michael. I'm a biochemist, teaching myself to code from scratch, building cool projects. We built this cool project, Polyworld, so far that has a nice little leaderboard. I don't have my backend fired up because I have things going on right now. Um, but it pulls the leaderboard from the data, and I'll show you guys here when we get things kind of settled down in terms of development. But yeah, pretty cool stuff so far for the project, and I think it's going to be pretty viable for an actual real working product. So hopefully, we'll see. So let's just focus here. So we need to get the token row from the database using get reset token, passing in data.token. We need to, and then that'll give us the reset token, right? Which gives us all from the reset token. And the reset token in our schema has all of this information. So we want to then check if the token exists. So if not, so will this reset token return T, which returns none if it's not there. So if reset token is none, we're going to return HTTP exception with a status code equal to status dot HTTP underscore 400 bad request, and do detail as some string that I'm not sure of yet. We need to say db dot where do we write that? I thought we wrote it in the DB. Where did we write the function to check is used? Oh, this is update reset token mark used here. Okay, so we just need to check if the token's used by this. So we have if reset token key of used is equal to false, no, if it is equal to true, we're going to raise another exception. I mean, or I guess we could say an or here, but if I say invalid reset token or reset token expired or something, probably would be a thing we'd say here. Reset token expired. So now we clear through this. Oh, it's not expired here, so it's used. Reset token is used. I guess we would have a kind of a similar if here for if reset token quote expires at, and then we would need to do if reset token expires at is, so this is where the dates in the future are greater than dates in the past. So if it's expired and then we go past that, so our date now would be greater than the date in the past. So if the date in the that it expires at is less than date time dot now time zone dot UTC then return is expired. And then what we do is we hash the password now. So we call hash password on data.password. This would give us the password hash. Password hash so we have password hash, and we do db.update user password given user ID, which would be, what do we have? Data dot I which would be given by the schema that's returned. So it's data user ID reset token from the reset token. Key of update user password given the user's ID and the password hash. And then we would say db.update db.update reset token mark used, and we'd have to pass in the reset token that we're wanting, right? Yeah, so it would be token key of token. We return a message that says password reset. Let's see that. Hey, Nexus Long, how's it going? The logic is now exactly right. 3 fixes. HTTP exception should be raise HTTP. Oh, sorry. Raise the HTTP exceptions. No call on UTC there. So now we have to do an update user password. So these are going to be, right? These are gets, inserts, def, update, user, password, self. You're going to be giving them a user ID, which is a str and a, maybe is a str or UID? It would be a UID, wouldn't it? But I don't think I'm doing that right now, so, or have that in other places. Probably need to do that all. So update user password, given self and user ID. What we're gonna do is and then you also have to pass in password hash here, which is a string. So we're going to say query is equal to this. We're going to say update users set password hash equal to %d where user ID is equal to %d. And then we're going to do self dot execute the query with values equal to password hash and user ID. I guess we'll have some checking. So if user ID is none or password hash is none, is none, we're going to raise a value error and say a polybase error, and then do arguments cannot be none. We probably should just we should just raise our own custom error, but I've actually never, funny enough, written my own error before. I need to look that up and figure that out. But I figured we could just do a refactor session before we get too big in our code base here, and before we launch and kind of clean things up. But obviously we're not get too in the woods. So this would do that. Update user password. How have you been working on this project, or how long? Have you, maybe is that what you meant? I started back at the beginning of March, I believe. So just over a month and a half now. Oh yeah, we need %s for strings. not in not in C here. Um, oh yeah, this is our primary key here, ID. Password hash. Okay, I think we're good. Fix those three things in the database layer for password reset is complete, then wire up the front end pages. Oh, let's go! Okay, we're gonna write some tests after we write up. Okay, let's see here. Let me relaunch this boy. Oh, it's just reset tokens. So set up tables, reset tokens field, reset tokens table. Reset. So this should just say reset, set up reset tokens table, set up reset tokens table, from reset tokens table, reset tokens table, reset tokens table, reset tokens table. Okay. Now our backend fired up there. Okay, hold on. Error at select distinct on inline. Okay. Here. So it made me change this query, but I didn't think I did it right. So let's get some feedback on this query. Distinct on here is issue. Doesn't go into the join clause, it goes after the select clause. Oh yeah, that's right. So distinct on leaders.addresses. So distinct okay. Select distinct on from leaders. Join leader snaps as snaps on leaders.address equals snaps.address, where snaps.runid equals to select max run ID from leader snaps, and order field is not null. Order by field boom. Is that right? Uh-oh. I don't think. Yeah, I don't think that that is what we actually really wanted. Okay. Um, are you using SQLite? No, Postgres. Just subclass the exception class to make your own exceptions. Yeah, it seems pretty straightforward. Gonna just kind of look it up and do it. Okay, so nice, cool. So what we have here is this is our site so far. We need to obviously work in some stuff here, and this is not even. Maybe it is even. I just can't really tell based off. Oh yeah, it looks like I think it's just a little bit of an illusion. Okay, and then we just need to fill in our template here with some actual kind of data, and then do the better search, and then it'll be live. So the better search can come later. We can say coming soon and like whatever, but we can run live with the leaderboard. So it's going. Things are going cool here. We're going good. Okay, so um, we ran a sweep today, and we can see that some of our leaders are still leading the pack. Cemetery Sun is a 3x leader now, 3 times found on the sweep, and is still being shown here, and is, you know, but has a lot of unrealized losses here. So could be, once he finally realizes, though, he could drop out of the leaderboard. But if we go to appearances, let's see if there's any three-peats that have like a above 50% win rate. Let's take this 53% guy here. Uh, so he's got a profit factor of 1.38. Um, he's got 15,000 underwater loss right now. No open positions that actually have value because his underwater loss is equal to his unrealized P&L. So none of his positions are actually winning. But if this is um, or he has a partial win rate of 50%, so he has, what's some of these? 0 correct calls, wrong calls. Well, that's crazy. That can't be right. He's chosen the wrong side. He's been playing the wrong side. Oh, that's probably his strategy, right? What's his average size per position? Average win is 700. His average loss is 600. So his split between these is about $100 for his average P&L per trade, right? 116. So he's not really making that much per trade, and he's not putting that much to offer per position size relative to some of these bigger whales. So what I think he might be doing is if he has no correct calls and 617 wrong calls on his crystal ball rating, but he's still profitable, he might be choosing contracts that are for sure losers, like have like a 95% plus loss rate, just like outlandish, outrageous things like will Jesus come in 2026, and he's playing those types of contracts and swinging them for small profits. That's what I think he might be doing. So right, that's kind of what this data is able to kind of tell you, and you can interpret it however you might see fit. But you can you know uh, read it and see kind of what's going on, and get a gauge on the leaderboard of who's profitable. This J.P. Morgan guy, he's also a bot that's on here fairly often too, but his strategy might be coming to a close here as he's realizing or unrealizing quite a loss right now. And he actually did not get picked up on today's leaderboard sweep. It looks like. Well, he did if he's showing here, but he maybe didn't get picked up yesterday or the day before or something. So we could show his data, right? And it would show a fall off that there was no data for that date because he wasn't picked up on the sweep. That would be our next kind of implement feature, would be a graph of historical data from our snapshots. Hey, thanks, Saravana. I appreciate you so much for the sub. Thank you so much, everybody. We're at 5,016. We're cruising along already. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for following along. Cool. So this is our login page. This could be a little bit better, I think. It looks okay for right now. I think maybe the poly, I like it. I think that this could be a little bit bigger. And then we want to use the same type of that we did from the home page here. That looks good. Okay. So now what we need to do is we need to actually wire up a front end to do this, right? So let's go to our um, login page. Login page. Let's add in a footnote below the password field. So here's our password field. Let's add in a thing right here below this input. We might wrap this password into a div. Oh, it is already. What's this button? Oh, this is the hide show password. Okay, perfect. So then what we'll do is we'll just put inside of this password div container. This is the button for the thing there. That's the label here. Paragraph tag. And we'll just say, or this will be a, yeah, paragraph tag and say, forgot password, right? We'll do on click. We'll write a kind of lambda function. I think that this is what it is. And we'll use the navigate to navigate to slash forgot password. Right? So now what we can do is do a class name here equal to text small, extra small, we'll do text blue 500. We'll do underline. We'll do tracking wide. We'll do I think that looks pretty good. And then obviously cursor pointer. Nice. So that'll do that. Now we need to wire up this forgot password page, right? Or we can make the forgot password be like a block concept, but maybe just its own page probably would be the best. Very cool project. Hey, thanks, Appreciate you. And I'll appreciate your support and the kind words. Let me know what kind of projects you guys are working on and building, and if you're following along to this one, let me know. I've gotten a request to put all of these the Polyworld projects so far into a playlist for some people, for like you guys to go back and watch. So I'll try to do that. For those that don't know, I work full time as a biochemist. Kind of now I'm more of an engineer for a molecular biology lab and clinical lab. That's kind of like my new position I recently got. So I do that during the day, and then I come home and code for you guys for a few hours before my girlfriend gets home from work and we watch shows. So I appreciate you guys being here and hanging out. And welcome in. I've been teaching myself for about a year and a half through various resources like books, online videos, and online courses. I haven't paid for anything besides. I will actually go ahead and tell you guys today. I did go ahead and I've been using Cloud Code so much for learning purposes and for teaching myself things that I did justify the $20 here to you know I was getting $20 worth of value out of it in my opinion, and I had been getting a lot of free value. And the recent rate limiting that they implemented really was kind of killing the free product. And unfortunately, the product is just so good that it was worth the $20 value in my opinion. So I went ahead and bit the bullet and I did buy. So this was like the first thing I kind of or subscription I guess you could say I aided into my coding learning here, of $20. So boom, there it went. So, but hey, we have a YouTube channel here that we get, we are monetized. So hey, tax write off on that. This is a tax write off. We use it to, on the channel here. So cool, good for us. Anyways, we're writing off Claude Code. So that's good. Anyways, that'll take us to forgot password here, which is a forgot password page. Now I'm going to take our login page and kind of just use it as a template here for forgot password .jsx. Oh no, not a directory. Forgot password .jsx. Let's put this in here. Let's do forgot password. We have this in here now. Let's do back on our app. We're going to import forgot password from pages forgot password. Oh, maybe it wouldn't be. It'd be like reset password. Let's call this password reset page. Password reset on the password reset page. Oop. So we need to go to our login page, go down to that route. Reset password. Okay, cool. Now we're here. So what you'll do is we'll say here we'll say um, password reset. Oh, this is on our login page. Sorry, wrong one. Hey, thanks so much for the sub. Alvaro, thank you. Hey, Kevin, how's it going? Welcome in, dude. Welcome back. Password reset page here. We'll say reset your password. Or maybe like change password. I don't know, yeah, password reset. Okay, so we'll say enter an email to begin password reset process. Enter a valid Polywhirl email to begin password reset process. And then here on our card, we're going to so we make it so the password will load, the password option will open up and unhide if it accepts through the API call for a token. That's probably what we'll do. So we'll keep our password field here, but we'll just hide it. Right, so it's hidden. Then we need to change that name, right? So that's going to be, this is going to be, oh no, sorry. It stays email, it's here. Let's just say forgot your password. Enter a valid Polywhirl email to begin password reset process. Okay, password reset email. You type in an email and you would press like when it would press. So we probably need like a state function to track the progress, like where this is. Are we in email? Are we in authorization? Are we in stuff like that? Okay, I think this is a good opportunity to go to our boy Cloud here. Let's hold on. So we have password reset login. Use auth, email, set email. Sorry, these are password, set error, show password, loading, navigate, it's fine, okay. Handle submit. Handle, so we'll say handle handle email check, give an E, prevent default, set loading true, try to await not user login from our API client, but this will be, we need to check email. User to check email, right? So let's go to our handler, handle email check, or email submit, right? Check email. So then we'll go to our our client API here. And we need a function here. Export async function check email. What this will be, yeah, so check email. So a way to fetch to auth slash forgot password. So forgot password request. Slash forgot password. Right? We include credentials and we return the JSON back to us. So this will check forgot password. This will hit this API and run this back to us if that email goes to a reset link. Okay. So now we're here. Now what we're going to do is go back to our password reset page, and we have await check email given the email. Don't need that. We don't need that. So this will check email. Okay, so let's take this function we have so far and let's feed it and get some feedback here. We're at a good point here. I have gotten some work done here on getting a front end synced. Good start. A few things to clean up. The password field section is hidden and has a forgot password link inside. You remove that whole block entirely. Button text says logging in should be something like sending reset link. Okay, so the password field section is hidden. Okay, so maybe we'll just delete the whole password section, like we don't need it. Oh, there is a forgot password and reset password page. Okay, so if we remove the whole entire password section, right, submit, loading, this would be sending set link. And this would be send code. I don't know. Send reset link. And then here will be already know your password, and this will be login. A login page. Already know your password, login. Okay. And then that'll go to there to login. Nice. And then handle email submit. So this sets loading to true. Check email given the email. We have data equals to check email. Right, this returns back to us data. And this will be const data equals to this. Check email, which is forgot password, will send us a token and insert the token to the database and give us a message back. And so what we'll do is on password reset, we set const message equals to set message use state of this, and we say set message to data key of message, right? And then that'll do that. Send message, and then the message will go below the submit button. outside of the form here for paragraph. Actually, we're going to do this JavaScript, insert JavaScript, and it'll be a paragraph. Or we'll, actually, no, we'll say message is I guess we'll say message question mark. Then do paragraph for message, else none. That work? So I type in test@gmail.com. Cannot read properties while reading message. Okay, I don't think that definitely doesn't work, but I want some feedback here. Made some adjustments. Hold up. Who's at the door? Who's at the door? Okay. Yeah. It's the delivery. Delivery. Good progress. A few things. Missing curly braces around message. Without curly braces, the text message will not be variable. Login and show password is still important to declare but never used. Also remove the get me import. It's never used. Use navigate import, but navigate never called. Remove that too unless you plan to use it. The form should hide after successful submission. Right now your form stays visible after sending your message. State to toggle. So a message. Then, okay, so you do the message, then you do the paragraph for message. Right. Else you do a form for the for the code, right? Okay, yeah, so I'm just gonna take this then. That works. Paste that there. So why is that still calling and get me on a refresh? No. auth/me. Okay, so if we type this in test@gmail.com, cannot read properties of message. Where is it? Where is can't read. Method not allowed. Auth forgot password. Cannot read properties of null message. What? What's going on here? Cannot read property of known message. Cannot read property of null message. Every time it gets checked, email is probably returning null responses and being parsed as JSON code before you try to access data message. Oh. So it might hear const data. Const data check email for email set message for data of message. So we would say if data and data key of message, right? Then set message to data.message. Client.js is calling check email for auth. Forgot password. You have to pass it data though. So you have to pass it email. Right, which is a string. Auth/forgot password. confused. Oh. Because in our app, password reset, we call check email, given email here. That's not working. So we're trying to link up this route. So forgot passwords, pass an email here. We're not doing anything with this email though. Check email should take an email and fetch to the forgot password function an email. Not sure. Wrong URL, you want to forgot password. Oh, we go to a host. I forgot password. Yeah. Post. Okay, so then you do method post headers quote content type applic that's JSON. Then you call body is JSON.stringify. Oh, because that'll send it in the header. Yeah, because you have this. That's what I was forgetting. So you call the auth, and you send this package basically. Body is JSON.stringify the data, which is email. Right. If res, let's take this part here. If res.ok, not okay, then we're going to raise this error here. Request failed. Raise the JSON. So I go test@gmail.com. If that email exists, you receive a reset link. Beautiful. Okay, I think we got that. Okay, so now let's take our front end and see what we can do about, okay, I got it working, but for the flow of the forms for the code, then for the new password. Right. You have two forms rendering at the same time. The real form at the top and an empty duplicate form below. The ternary removes the duplicate. The ternary should wrap the real form. Okay, so this goes message. Oh, that takes over the whole form itself. Okay. Form. Do this one. Right. So if you have a message, you'll display the message. And so if we go to our Docker here, and we go select all from from reset tokens, we have none in there. Really? Test@gmail.com. If that email exists, you'll receive a reset link. Well, maybe I don't have any users. Select all from users. Yeah, no users. And then I guess I'm gonna do password reset. This div will be included into this forum here. Test@gmail.com. If that email exists, you will receive a reset link. Okay, perfect. So now let's go here. That email exists, you will receive an email reset link. And then we'll just go to the front end here. And we'll just do, there is a message, put the message with a period. Yeah. And then we'll do class name text model text. We'll say blue 800 200. I guess no, we'll just do text gray. I think it was, I guess. What's okay, if that email exists, you will receive a reset link. So let's register a user. Let's do test@gmail.com. Let's just say test. Let's just say password. Okay. Let's go to log out, log in, forgot password, reset password for test@gmail.com. So we should, before we do this, we should test Docker. We should have a user in here, yes. And we should not have any reset tokens, yes. But once I do this, boom, now we should have a reset token. Yes. Okay, and so you would have gotten an email once we implement resend to email you. You get a code. You maybe we'll put a link here to enter your code, or you'll get a link then will take you to the page to enter your code, and then boom. Now for the reset password page, this is a separate page, like at reset password, that the user lands on after clicking the link in their email. Yeah. So we just need to quickly, though, just redefine. This is going to be forgot password, right? Rename to forgot password. Go into our app, forgot password. Forgot password. Forgot password. So then we go to our login page. Then navigate to forgot password. Login, forgot password, test@gmail.com. Now we should still only have one in there because if there was a previous one, it should have deleted it. Nice, one row, perfect. Now this is forgot password. Now the link will take you to auth, forgot password. Here, client pings the auth forgot password, sends this to the API. API returns back a response, right? Which is this message here. and we display that message here. And so all we need to do is now write the email part with resend right here, and it'll send the email link, and then you can go, and then we need to write the reset password page, which would be pretty similar. Enough of this crap. Start with Stardew Valley. That's what people really want to see, huh? We've been going for 2 hours and 45 minutes here. We got a lot done, though. We implemented full CRUD and back-end work for forgot password and front-end implementation here, writing a whole forgot password page. So this was actually a really productive session for like handwriting code and implementing things on our own. Yeah, this is cool. Okay. Next. Enter a valid polyworld email to begin the password reset process. Password reset with this email. Why is that password reset so high up? Margin bottom 4 here. And the email card has a we're inside the card, so we have password reset here, which is a margin bottom of 4. But then the email label where is this gap coming from? Oh, it's here, gap 6. And gap 4 and smaller. Let's just do gap. No, I'll keep it gap 6 for small because it's a little bigger than. Yeah, sure. Nice, that'll take care of that. Instead of password, this will say enter oh no, not there. Enter email here. Maybe we'll just remove this H2 altogether. Which is inside of this div here. We'll leave it like that. And then this will be text. This is for the message. Email. Small. 12 pixels, that's fine. About like 12 pixels. 11 pixels is fine. Okay. Yeah, that looks good. Forgot your password. Enter your valid polyworld email to begin password reset process. Nice. Okay, let's add. Let's do. Okay. And then. Yeah, so then we'll do. I think that'll be it for me today, guys. And then tomorrow we'll come back, and we will. We'll do the reset password page, which will just be for entering your new password, and then that will take you to the login page on password reset. Success. So it's actually really pretty easy to implement. We just got to style it up and convert it over. So nice. That is awesome, you guys. That was a really, really, really successful session here. Um, let's just go ahead and push this up here. Git add, git commit, add, forgot, password, front end, routing, and API links, API linkage. All right, cool. That'll take care of that. And tomorrow we'll do the other page, and that'll be a huge milestone in our project in getting it almost ready to kind of launch here. Then we'll kind of work on I think the nightly cron jobs, fine tuning some bugs all together, and maybe the launch in the product. So, yeah, thanks so much for being here, you guys. I really appreciate it. This was a fun one. Um, I'll see you guys in a little bit as we continue on tomorrow. So again, I'm sorry that we're not doing as much C learning and stuff. As this project is taking up a lot of my time. It's having a lot of fun building it. So, anyways, message me on Discord if you had a good time. If you guys want to see me play Stardew Valley, let me know. I'll maybe hop back on later if I have time to do it. No promises, but yeah, this was an awesome session today so far, and I'll see you guys later. Bye. Have a great one.